Dear children, this video is the second part of grade 8 sound lesson. If you did not watch the first part, please watch it first. Let's begin. In the first lesson, you already learnt about various sources of sound, and also we can identify there are various kinds of sounds. I'm sure you can differentiate cat sound from birds chirping. Why this kind of variation occur? Even within the same instrument, we know there are different notes. Why? What is it? What is the reason behind it? Yes, the reason is the number of vibrations that can be generated within a second. Scientifically, we can say the frequency of vibration creates this variation. The frequency is measured in hertz. 50 hertz means the 50 vibrations occur within a second. If it is given as 240 hertz, that means it creates 240 vibrations per unit time. In grade 7, you have learned the production of sound by conducting a simple activity by using tuning fork. So I put that textbook section here to remind you. If you watch these YouTube video clips, you can refresh your knowledge and you can expand the knowledge. So in your textbook, this activity is given in the page 64 to understand about the frequency of sound. In this activity, you have to get two tuning forks of long arm and a short arm. So what you have to do is you have to vibrate these two separately, one at a time, and listen carefully to the sounds. And you have to repeat the vibration several times and record the sounds. It is clear that frequency and length of the vibrating material has a relationship. What is it? In this activity, you will be able to understand that the sound generated by a tuning fork differs according to the length of the arm. Short arms will generate higher frequencies and long arm tuning forks creates less frequencies. This knowledge is applied in music instruments. So, musical notes are the application of this knowledge. Now we came to the core component of this video, that is simple musical instruments and tuning of the instruments. To tune the musical instrument, you have to understand the scientific concept behind it. Before move to tuning, let's move to the first type of musical instrument, that is called instruments with vibrating membranes. In page 65 your textbook, it is mentioned as activity 5.3. So you have to construct a simple instrument that produce sound by vibrating membrane. If you like, If you like to watch the demonstration, just click on this link and watch it first. And then according to the demonstration, prepare a balloon drum and tap the drum and listen to the sound. And then tighten more and tap it again and listen to it. So it is clear that the sound is sharp and high when the tightness of the balloon increased. Actually, what is happening there? By tightening, we change the frequency of vibration. So, in other words, we can change the frequency of the sound produced by the membranous instruments by tightening or loosening the membrane. In a tabla also, we practice the same phenomenon by adjusting the straps. Let's move to the second type of musical instruments, that is the instruments that produce sound by air columns. Here you have to get 3 empty pen tubes in different lengths with a closed end. You can conduct the very same activity by using drinking straws or with any plastic tubes. What you have to do is first blow them one by one, and it's better you blow the shortest tube first. Likewise, finally blow the longest one. While blowing, try to identify the differences of the sound. Do the activity several times. Then you will be able to observe that the sound will be differed with the length of the tube. In other words, that differences is due to the length of the trapped air column inside the tube, so that we can conclude that frequency depends on the length of the air column. Shorter the air column, given higher frequency. You can use the knowledge and make simple music instrument by doing the assignment given to you in the page 67. If you have any doubt of making it, please click on this link and get an idea. This is how once you finish your instrument look like. In activity 5.6 also clarify the same concept by using tumblers with water. By changing the water level, you can change the length of the air column. Practically, we use this phenomenon to make a flute. In this activity, which is shown in figure 5.10 in your textbook, if you open the holes from B, C, D, E likewise, one by one at a time, you can see the differences in sound. What actually we do here is we change the length of the air column. If you have experience of playing a flute, you know how you can get different notes by opening and closing the air holes. Thereby, we can change the frequency of vibration. The third type of musical instruments is string instrument. In activity 5.8, given in page 69, you have to construct a simple guitar as explained in the activity. For the activity, you have taken 4 wires of same thickness and with same metal. Only factor you can change here is the length of the vibrating part of the wire and the tension of the wire. To change the vibrating part, you have to remove the plastic bridge. To change the tension, you have to tighten or loose the wire which were coiled in the iron nails. How can you tune this instrument? That can be done by changing the vibrating length by adjusting the tightness. In an actual guitar, the strings are in different thicknesses so that you can sharpen the sound by vibrating thin, short wires and by tightening them. Other than that, you can change the sound by changing the speed of vibration. Xylophone is an instrument of same kind, but the difference is we struck the bass. Here you can see shorter bass and also longer bass. When struck the shorter bass, we can get higher or intense sound. That means sounds with high frequencies. If you struck on the longer bass, you will get less frequency sounds. If you listen to the different sounds around you, we can roughly categorize them into two, as rhythmical or musical tones, and some sounds are not rhythmical and we do not like to listen even. Those are called noises. Remember, whatever it is, a musical or noise, sometimes we cannot bear it due to the loudness. High and noisy sounds are harmful for our ears. Music and generation of sound is a part of human beings. It is evident in all ancient civilizations. This slide shows you different types of musical instruments that were found in ancient Rome, Egypt, and Africa. They have used them in different occasions like devil dancing, chanting goodwill, and in religious worships. And also they use these sounds to give messages to their community. Even in the very uncivilized ethnic groups in Africa also had some communication system. Many of these instruments are actually not found today, but if you come to the traditional instruments, this slide shows you the traditional musical instruments in three different countries. Here are given some Sri Lankan traditional instruments. Now still these instruments exist. Here are some Indian traditional instruments and Chinese are given. Where if you study them carefully, they are the development of versions of ancient instruments. Even in the modern instruments also we can see some similarities. Here are the modern musical instruments of Sri Lankan modern instruments, Indian and Chinese. As any other energy, sound energy also can be used to destroy the human life as well as to improve the quality of physical and mental health of a patient. Here I would like to direct your attention how to use music for the betterment of health of a person. When we use the music in a systematic way by a trained person to uplift the quality of health of a patient is called as musical therapy. In some countries, this musical therapy is used not only to upgrade the quality of the life of patients, but also used in different educational purposes as well. Many researchers on this regard prove that music therapy can be used to cure the diseases and disorders in brain and nervous system heart failures, and in mental depressions. I would like to raise a question. You know that there are hundreds of different sounds in the environment. Can we hear all of them? No. If no, what kind of vibrations or frequencies can we hear? To understand that, let's do the activity 5.11 in page 75. In this activity, you have to fix a hacksaw blade or a meter ruler on a desk. In the previous activity, you have already learned that you can get higher frequencies with shorter lengths and less frequencies in longer lengths. The very same concept is applicable here also, so that you will experience that you cannot hear the sounds through the longer blade or the lengthier blades. Longer the blade creates less frequency. When you reduce the blade slowly, you hear only the sounds of certain range of vibrations. So we give a scientific name to this range as audible range or limits of hearing. Every organism has a unique audible range. For human, it is 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. We cannot hear the sounds which are having less than 20 Hz or more than 20,000 Hz. Even though we cannot hear less than 20 Hz vibrations, dogs can hear less than 20 Hz. And also bats can hear the sounds with higher frequencies. To confirm the knowledge, please do the assignment, these two assignments. Hope you will get a clear understanding of the lesson. Please be kind enough to write a comment about the videos. Your comments help me to develop my teaching. Hope to meet you with my third video on magnets. Thank you.